to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player, or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause on first she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Why did Daddy say so?
Because we were talking about every night I wanted some boyfriend, so I'm moving out. Okay.
Because Daddy told you can't have a boyfriend in his house? So you're moving out?
Yes.
All right, let me try that. Can y'all hear me now? Am I good? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right, bet. Whoo! All right, I'm hyped for no reason, man. This show, like I said, man, since y'all ain't hear nothing I said, I'm gonna say it again because it's real. So this show is lightweight dedicated to Tola, because Tola sent me some clips. I'm gonna use what I can use. The rest I'm gonna throw away. But shout out to Tola for this. Yo, so after I checked out Tola clips, first of all, it's the clips that followed the clips. You know how like you go on that YouTube journey? That was the most hilarious, but I never would have found him if Tola and sent it to me. So shout out to Tola. Give yourself a round of applause, sir. And I also did a pre-record that's something related to it. Well, actually, it's not related to shit Tola sent me, but it was about this porn star. So if y'all saw the pre-record video before that, I was going to include it with this, but I was like, nah, this is something totally different. And it was really about a porn star saying how he got into the industry. And it was some ghetto shit. Don't get it twisted. It was super fucking hood. And I was like, that's beautiful. Because that's how secretary pools are made. See, the problem with y'all is y'all will see some pookie shit. And then you'll dismiss it as ghetto. And until the Jews polish it, repackage it, sell it back to you, then you'll call them culture vultures. It's not their fault that you don't see the worth in your shit. So when I saw it, I was like, it was beautiful. And I remixed it and I put that down. So the people who saw that video and hit the link to come to this video, salute. If y'all didn't see that video, y'all need to go watch it after this because the shit out the chain. Shout out to him being a porn star. Anyway, let's get to popping this fable. So let me share the screen real quick, gentlemen. All right, so what's going on right now is there is a real beef crisis, quote unquote, according to farmers. I'm gonna play the video, but I'll tell you already what they're saying is that we're suffering a drought. And during the course of us suffering that drought, they don't have enough irrigation for the cattle. So, but I don't know why the fuck chicken going up. If that's the price for beef, okay, cool. Why the fuck is chicken going up? Anyway, let's check this out, man. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna chop up this fable. Let's get past
11,
and our pond dried up.
yeah.
And so I wish we'd have had our longhorns then, but we didn't. And we sold them at 40 cents a pound on the hoof, and we lost a lot of money. But
So was that back when you had Angus?
we had Angus, some Charolais, some Hereford,
Okay.
and a few mixed breeds.
Yeah.
But you know, somebody has to buy them when they
True.
take them to an auction. We don't ever take ours to an auction. We sell them as 100% grass-fed beef.
Okay.
And one of the things that helps our animals for rain,
Yep.
even in August.
Yeah.
So
Yo, that dude born though. But basically the whole gist of that is that because there's a drought in Texas, that the ponds dried up and the cattle is going bad. Now, what I want to read to you guys is what's important to me, and I haven't read this yet, but I got this. It says New Mexico cattle ranchers fear demise of industry. Now, the reason I care about this is because this is where we're gonna tribe at first. If we can't get Montana, we're gonna be in New Mexico because it's tribal land, and they'll allow us to do what we want to do to get away from these goddamn quiches. Anyway. Ain't talking about shit. Okay, prices for beef in grocery stores have skyrocketed as many packing plants across the country, almost all of which are managed by large corporations as Tyson Foods, attempt to manage outbreaks that infect employees and reduce production. I do remember this. While consumers pay more for beef, corporations are paying ranchers about 30% less for calves. New Mexico ranchers' main product. The sudden drop in prices have left many unsure if they can finance the massive costs of running cattle operations in New Mexico. Hold on, let me say something real quick because I remember this with the chicken too. Was it Tyson or Purdue? They had a COVID outbreak in their facility and they had to get rid of like hella food. And then there were also COVID, that's saying there's COVID outbreaks in other places, right? So what they ended up doing is this is how farming works, gentlemen. Niggas, I'm gonna talk about this in the next video, but yeah, niggas need to learn agriculture. You need to know how to feed yourself. Like honestly, you need to know how to feed yourself. It's kind of important. I want a chicken ranch though. I'm just have a bunch of chickens. I don't eat beef like that. I'm getting old. My stomach can't take it. But chicken, nigga, I eat all the chickens, bro. Fried chicken, baked chicken, broiled chicken, jerk chicken, chicken on the skewer. Nigga, I fuck with chicken. Be a chicken farmer. Anyway, so here's the thing, man. This is what happened in that situation. So this is how farming works. You have a lot of independent farmers, people that just want to go out on the range, right? And in order to finance their operations for production, for a lot of stuff, mechanical shit, all farming is like this, whether it's cattle ranching or whether it's wheat and barley. The equipment is so expensive that farmers have to get loans for the equipment. This is the same hustle that America's always been running, by the way. This is the same racket that they were running on sharecroppers, which is how they were stealing land from black people, right? Like and sub as y'all come in, man. Like and sub as y'all come in. So this game is as old as freedom. As old as the Civil War. They'll make the equipment, because you already got the land. They'll make the equipment so expensive that you need a lender. And then if the bank won't loan it to you, some larger corporation like Tyson or Purdue will swoop in and they'll say, we'll loan you the money, but we want 30 cents on the dollar. If you ain't got 30 cents on the dollar, we're going to restructure you, make you a corporate farm, and take 30% of stock options and revenue. So you're going to pay on the front end or you're going to pay on the back end, but you're going to pay us, right? So a lot of times the farmers are basically working for the lender, right? Whether it's Purdue or whoever. And a lot of times they're not really making much money because of the way that the deal is structured and because they have to take so much money out to start off, right? You know what's crazy? I just saw this like yesterday, but I didn't think anything of it, and I didn't see Tola's links until like 3 o'clock this morning. But had I thought about it, I would have saved it. They actually have private like dollar stocks for farmers now. So they telling the public, invest in farming. Like you can be part of a group fund on a farm. So basically you adopting a farm now, like you adopt little Ethiopian kids on commercials. But if that's what it takes to keep the situation up, because you don't want big business to own your food. I think it's strange that 52% of all farmlands in America are now owned by Bill Gates. They're trying to corporatize food and privatize schools. If a person can feed you, they can starve you. The person that feeds you can starve you. You want to see a starving man? A starving black man? Yeah, Monsanto is one of them, totally. But Monsanto really doesn't. They own farmland, but really they own the stuff that you put on the farm. They dictate the pesticides and things like that. They get their money different ways. But yeah, they got their hands all in hybrid farming and stuff like that. Yeah, Monsanto, they be on some bullshit. Anyway, you want to see somebody that can starve you if they got to feed you? Look at your black women. It's honest. When you need to feed your family, you go get a job. If that black bitch in human resources, you know you're not gonna get hired. The person with the opportunity to feed you can also starve. So here's the flip side of that though, because I'm not going to go into the rancher, but yeah, here's the thing. So one of the guys that I'm really cool with, and if y'all ever heard me tell a story about the time I had to like check your boy Moist Watkins, I told you got to pass from a guy I respect by the name of Dwayne Hurst. So Wayne was a bank, but he was a realtor. He was a realtor in Chicago. I hit him up maybe last year just to check on him because I ain't seen him in a while. And he was like, man, bro, I ain't even in Chicago no more. I'm like, damn, for real? He was like, man, you don't see my Facebook post? I'm like, nigga, you don't come on my feed. Plus, I stay in Facebook jail. And he was like, yo, I moved outside of Columbus, Georgia. I'm a farmer now. I'm like, what? The show I did on politics when I was talking about Willie Preston being our senator, and I showed you the guy next to him, and I said, yo, he's really the interesting character because that nigga left Chicago, moved to Indiana, and started a farm. Farming, there's so many heterosexual men who are not necessarily going off grid because they still on social media, but they're moving from liberal cities and they're beginning to till the soil, plant their own food. A lot of these guys, 70-80% of the food that they consume, they raised, right? They feed themselves. And whatever surplus they have, they sell, right? But don't even worry about the sell part. Just worry about the eat part. Because even these ranchers have enough money, have enough cattle to feed themselves. What they're trying to do is feed the nation. And they don't have enough cattle for that. But this is the interesting guy right here, man. This guy's name is Doug. Doug is hilarious. Apparently, Doug is married to Stacy. So this is Doug and Stacy. Look, I've been looking at these pictures all morning laughing, bro. I have been crying laughing. I need to make this bigger so y'all can appreciate it because I'm not gonna click no particular photo. Apparently, Doug used to be in corporate and was like, yo, fuck this shit. We're gonna build a house in the middle of nowhere. And he found a girl to go with him. Tribe up, right? She's like, fuck it. I ain't wash my pussy no way, nigga. I'm gonna get some yoni rocks and we out this bitch, right? So, hey, Batola, he's not Amish. He's a culture vulture. He hangs out with the Amish. He's not Amish. The Amish just help him out. Yeah, I said that too, but he's not Amish. But what I do want to say is, what's with the Abraham Lincoln? Like, why do they shave off their mustache and have big ass beards? That is crazy to me. And he ain't even got no bad looking wife. Like she said, fuck society. We out this bitch. And and now what he's doing with his life is he's living off grid and they're doing well because once again, there's enough food to feed yourself and your family and to feed your community. It's just not enough to feed America, right? You don't need the Monsantos. You don't need the Purdue's when you're just trying to feed yourself and your tribe. You need it when you're trying to feed the world, right? But he ain't trying to. He got small goals. He just trying to be happy. So apparently, this was done back in the day. She was a hippie chick. He was like a corporate dude. So they went from damn. He didn't have a mustache then either. That's when he had a struggle beard. So they went from being an LSD couple to being a hippie couple. Shout out to Doug and Stacy. Especially shout out to Stacy. Because Stacy stayed with Doug ass even after he went full Abe Lincoln. Anyway, yo, and I think that's why I'm so geeked this morning because between this video, bro, not this one. Actually, this is the one I'm gonna show y'all first, but the video that really caught my attention was Doug talking about how to get water off the grid. That's the video I'm gonna play next, but we're gonna play this one out first. This is about how the U.S. Marshals are raiding Amish homesteads because it's very important to know who your ops are, right? Anyway, so I'm gonna play that out. But I want to say this though. Stacy, and for the guys who saw it earlier, let me pull it up real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. And then I'm gonna open up the chat right after I play the second Doug video. Because Doug is fucking hilarious. He's hilarious, bro. For no reason. Because he just something wrong with Doug. Anyway, go to my channel. So I need y'all. So after y'all watch this video, y'all go on my channel and y'all watch this food porn video. It's only like 7 minutes. It's like a 7-minute video, but it's not food porn. It's about the porn star Motor Monster Johnson. But the reason I put food porn there is because I need you guys to understand that you can get these chicks to tribe up with you for food and shelter. That's all they want. Girls don't really want shit. They live comparatively. If you take a girl outside of Harlem, and you put her in South Dakota, she won't want Gucci shades no more. She won't want Prada purses. She'll want what the girls in South Dakota want. Girls live comparatively. Y'all comparing your girls, well, the girls are comparing themselves to video vixens. You take them off grid, bro, and you got 15 wives. She gonna be want to be one of 15 other dudes' wives, because that's just how girls operate. Girls are they're just girls. They don't know shit. They just do shit. You gotta tell them what to do. Train your toddler. Anyway, but between this video and the other video I made, real quick, what I want to show y'all is how you can create that pick-me pipeline, because that's what y'all want. Y'all want pick-me's. Y'all want girls that want to be picked. Y'all want pick-me's, and pick-me's don't have an open lane. And most of them lying about being pick-me's, but that's okay, because they'll play pick-me for 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? And you just replace them, man. Like you replace your car. You love your car the first 3 years. You pay it off in 5. Then you trade that bitch in year 6 and get another car you love. Treat your toddler the same way. Don't get too attached, man. Love's gonna get you. Love's gonna get you. All right, so let's get to Doug. Because Doug is too goddamn happy to be, well, he not homeless. I was gonna say Doug homeless, but Doug ain't homeless. Doug got a home, but he too goddamn happy to be off grid, yo, with a cell phone. You off grid with the celly. All right, let's go.
Eye on this stuff. A, because it matters. Don't hide in a hole and don't think, you know, this stuff doesn't matter, right? Because it's going to affect your daily life, okay? So there's one thing to be totally consumed by it, but there's another thing just to kind of keep your ear on the ground like the Indians did. You know, you could hear the buffalo stampeding from far away. So at least keep your ear on the ground, and that way you guys can make some kind of movement, right, to better your situation, okay? I did a video on, I think it was Saturday, about the train system, right? They were all poised to go on strike. It was supposed to go down today. President Biden did step in Friday night late. It was in between my posting the video and the information that he had coming out. So there was a little lag there, right? But I'm just trying to get fair pay, right? I was listening to Jim Rohn. He's a...
Hold on. He about to say something about unions versus workers. I think it's dope, but it has nothing to do. He just rambling, but I be rambling too. So let's go.
Saying anything about the workers, okay?
Let me go a little bit further back. When you start talking about the difference between workers and management, because that's real important, even though it has nothing to do with something.
Real quick before we get into this article, because this one's a doozy. You know, I'm not saying anything about the workers, okay? The workers need to get fair pay, right? I was listening to Jim Rohn. He's a good mentor of mine, and he was explaining about this this concept that his mentor was teaching him when he said that, why are you only making this much money? And he said, this is all the company will pay. And he said, that's not true. And he thought, what? And it's not true, because your company has a lot of different people in it that make all kinds of different pay levels. So you try to up your pay at your company, but ultimately you leave the company, right, to find a better paying job or to better yourself. You're not supposed to get in there and root in for 100 years. That used to be the way, but it's not really the way anymore. And so my point was about the unions, right? The unions are corrupt from management, not the people in the unions, right? I was in a union before. I don't want to make this a long video, but I remember going on strike, right? We were one of the only type of unions that we had in the St. Louis metro area. I remember being out there striking. I had the big 18-wheeler and they inflated the big rat. I mean, it was all to shame the dealership that I was working at. We had a salesman's union. It was kind of something. And what ultimately happened was they paid me $30 a week to walk the line and get their message out while all the management and everybody else still made all their money. So bottom line.
Pause. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Doug from St. Louis. Y'all been to St. Louis before, bro. Beautiful city, downtown. Outside of downtown, hood as shit. It's still people in St. Louis that smoke crack, yo. I was like, y'all still got crackheads? I ain't seen a crackhead in 10 years, bro. Everybody doing heroin now. They still got crackheads. They still got pipes. I was like, wow, where the syringes? Look, I'm not condoning being a drug user, but I'm just saying, culturally, St. Louis still is in 2003, bro. Like, shout out to Doug in a union in St. Louis and was like, yo, fuck this shit. We going to live in the trees, baby. And his girl being like, all right. Shout out to Doug. Doug said, fuck this car dealership. Fuck this. Fuck paying taxes. Fuck all this shit, nigga. I'm piecing out this bitch. Oh my God. Shout out to Doug. Yo, Doug, I've been laughing at Doug all morning, man. Shout out to Tolo for introducing me to Doug. I don't know if I'm gonna watch him again after today, but today Doug is my dude of the day. Doug, I think it's the beard with no mustache. This nigga has me laughing, man. All right, let's get to the feds part though, because I really want to get to the agriculture. The agriculture is on the next video, and that's what's important to me. But the feds are also important to me because the feds have called my house before. And it's not a good feeling when the feds be like, yo, we looking for you, dog. I'm glad you answered. I'm like, oh shit, I'm glad I've answered too. Thanks for letting me know you was looking for me. So it's my lair. Yes, my dear. Shit's official. Only the feds I fear is a tissue. Stop your blood clot crying.
Is I was just talking about the management of the unions are corrupt. And then I pointed out Kenya grows and prepares food in tune with nature, the way he believes God intended. This seems like a sound idea to the approximately 4,000 customers purchases Miller's meat, eggs, dairy products from his private members only food club. Now he had to start a members only food club because there's some kind of regulation over there that's stopping him from just having the general public come to his store. Okay, so he's doing the workaround just like everybody does. The federal government, however, appears to disagree, right? A federal judge recently ordered Miller to cease and desist all meat sales. Our Organic Wellness reported U.S. Marshals were deployed to search Miller's property. And then they inventoried his stock to assure that he doesn't sell or slaughter any more animals. In other words, the feds
They took his shit, yo.
shut down Amos Miller's operation. Now,
bro, how do they confiscate cattle and vegetables, bro? The feds stopped his whole flow, bro, over paperwork issues because they Amish and they was like, yo, fuck this Amish shit. Y'all niggas is trying to eat in a drought, nigga. We trying to make this drought. Anyway, let's continue.
we had not such a hardcore thing happen a little while ago. It was probably 2 years or a little more to our Amish meat processing guy. The USDA came in and they tried to basically force him to comply with rules that they know he can't comply with. Okay, so they're into this refrigeration. He has a system set up where they bring in the box cars, the 18-wheeler box cars with the big freezers on them, right? So they have those backed into the property during the harvesting of the deer, right? We have a big deer season around here. And then he puts all the meat inside of there, and then everyone comes and picks it up. And then that's how he was handling his meat as well for people that brought in cows and sheep and that wanted any kind of...
Pause. I just want to say something right quick. I want to say something real quick. Because I know y'all coloreds and coloreds hate each other because y'all coloreds and y'all mama hate men and y'all love y'all mama. But I need y'all to understand what he just said. Because this would be something I have an argument with my dad about. Honestly, me and my dad will argue about something like this. So I'm not going to tell my dad because I don't feel like arguing with no old ass nigga. But this is the type of shit me and my dad will argue about. Dude killed deer, sheep, lamb, rabbits, whatever. To keep it cold, they got some refrigerated boxes, and he put the meat in refrigerated boxes, and then moved the shit out the trailer. Back in the day, that was our hustle man, the meat man. The meat man used to do the same shit, steal meat from the grocery store. You open his trunk, he got coolers, buy the meat out the cooler. I say that to say this. That is what you call nigger rigged when you're a nigger. They be like, oh, it's nigger rigged. They're trying to shut them down for doing what y'all would describe as nigger shit, but it's not. It's American. Americans are always trying to get around the system because we don't want to pay taxes, yo, and we don't want people in our business. And nobody is more skeptical of the government than the coloreds because the government ain't always been your friend. So when you start looking, when I tell y'all about ghetto shit, and y'all, that's ghetto, fucking Pookie. No, that is American shit. It's just not polished yet. The difference between him pulling up, because they Amish, yo, they ain't got no electricity. They Amish. The difference between him pulling up some ice coolers and selling his meat out the truck versus you having a refrigerated unit, it's just that. And then the USDA comes through and they inspect your shit. I got to deal with the USDA. I got to deal with the USDA. I deal with them all the time. I'm gonna show y'all something in a minute. I'm gonna let Doug talk while I grab it. I'm gonna show y'all something. I said, you go, Doug. Take it away.
Butchering done, right? Well, they came in and raised a big stink about that. He had to build this whole new facility, redo his whole little thing. And so I'm just kind of letting you guys know, like, they're really after the food situation. They're really monitoring who's doing the food, why they're doing the food, where the food's coming from, because just like Henry Kissinger said, control the food, control the people. Miller claims he's being persecuted by the federal government for practicing his religious beliefs and religious freedoms to grow and prepare food according to his religious beliefs, right? Which all of us do. We actually plant because we know that the Father has given us all good things for our body, and the seed that he gives us is good for our body. Okay. And we also plant according to signs. We plant according to the moon. We plant according to scripture, right? We have sabbaticals, all this kind of stuff. Okay.
Doug ain't talking about shit. I just needed Doug to talk for a minute. I'm gonna show y'all something. This is Nosha organic deodorant. That's why I'm dirty, folks, right? So I can sell my little hygiene products. On the back, it's on the front too, but on the back, I want you to see the certifications we have to have. We have to have the recycle joint, right? Because all these nature nuts don't want you to keep putting plastic in there and killing the whales. Okay. I got to have a USDA organic seal. So I have to deal with the USDA all the time. I also have to deal with the FDA to prove to them that I'm not using animal parts like they do in cosmetics. And this one, I just threw that shit on. I really ain't have to do it, but this for the hoes, because breast cancer, right? But here's the thing with that. The reason we got that is because the aluminum in deodorant causes women breast cancer. So organic deodorant works better for women. I put it on there because it's true, but I don't make deodorant for women because fuck these hoes. Lose your titty. I don't give a fuck what happened to these bitches. But because I ain't there for the titties, I'm there for the pussy. As long as the pussy ain't broke. But they can use it and it actually helps them out. Right. I want to show y'all another video from Doug. Because Doug is hilarious. And this video touches me. And I shouldn't say I don't give a fuck about girls' titties. I do give a fuck with it. My baby's got to eat from them titties. But I was fucking with black girls, and black girls don't let you be a dad to your kids. So I ain't think about it. But now we it's whatever. So whatever color the chick is, she gonna need her titties. I don't care if black girls got titties. Because they don't feed their kids no fucking way. Similac and all type of goofy.
Hi, my name is.
Get past these commercials. But my point is the FDA, they don't really be in your business. Somebody got to report you. So whoever Doug Boy is, Doug Boy got a infiltrator. He got a snitch in his operation. Let me find out some. He got a Karen, because I know ain't unless it's another dude that's trying to move product and just want to shut him down. But I don't think that's the case. I think he got a Karen in his operation. He done did a bitch wrong. He done did anal with the bitch and said he loved her, then went home to his wife. Something. But somebody snitched on that man. Because the USDA just don't pop up at your shit, bro. They don't. Anyway. Yo, Doug crib is kind of nice to be like off grid, bro. No cap. Like a little homely country feel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Doug.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's on. Solar power. We are about to hook up some solar power, but we've had it sitting here for months and we haven't even started using it yet. So still no solar power, no wind turbines, not a single luxury. We basically live off of a little generator that we use every once in a while, and we have found over the last 10 years that we really don't use a lot of electricity. Some of you guys
Pause. He said something about electricity. First of all, before I want y'all to notice his stove. He doesn't have a stove. That's a propane stove, bro. So he has a propane tank somewhere and they just cook as they go. But I want to say something about what he just said about a generator. I'm cool, solar panels, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna wait because I'm gonna show y'all something after this. Because I told you I've been working on this infrastructure thing for a minute. Y'all just won't get me to 1,000 subs so I can quit talking about toddlers and start talking about tribing. My goal is not to be your pimp assistant. My goal is to be your tribal warlord, niggas. Help me help you, nigga. My man says that marble. That's that faux marble. It look like marble. Like it's the marble print, but it's not marble. They sell it at Home Depot. I had some. We gutted out this tooth flat and we used the same shit. It's not real marble, but it looked real nice. It don't feel like marble. It's not heavy like marble, but it looked like marble. It's nice. He did his thing. Shout out to what's her name? Stacy. Shout out to Stacy. Except for them cabinets. Them cabinets is horrible, Stacy. But shout out to Stacy for, doing her thing with the crib. That's a lot of what's that, zucchini? That's a lot of zucchini. I don't even eat zucchini like that. They crazy as shit. Anyway, I want to get to the part where he's talking about solar power. He's talking about setting up generators. I'll talk about that in a minute. We're gonna go to the cubby hole with Doug. That look like he trying to escape slavery, nigga. Like he's slipping into the Underground Railroad. Shout out to Doug, man. Let's get it
out
done.
there, you're stretching out, you're using your body, you're moving. That's one of the biggest problems with as we age, is that you guys sit on the couch a lot more and you don't get out there and you do these physical activities.
Hold on, time out. At this very moment, I just realized at this very moment, the reason I don't see Stacy in none of these videos is because Stacy holding the phone filming Doug. It just hit me, bro. Shout out to Stacy for being the cameraman and the homemaker. Stacy's awesome. Stacy, if I was Palmer, I would have that. You doing a good job, but all I can give her is a baby.
Mama,
But Stacy, she's a secretary. She's upgraded from toddler, man. She's a whole secretary. Shout out to Stacy.
Body starts to shrink and your muscles start to get weak, and then you can't bend and you can't do the things that you used to do. So stay active. There's my non-water tip. It's kind of tight down here, but I'm going to show you guys what's going on. This is my inlet pipe. When I put the foundation in for the cabin, I actually plumbed in the pipe so I could run the pipes through it once we got everything finished, so I could bring the water into the house. So make sure you remember, if you're going to come in through your foundation anywhere, just like we did on the building next door, put some PVC pipe in there so you have that sleeve and you can run through there. Okay.
Damn, what you do to Stacy?
So that's my inlet pipe. Comes up to a shut off. Okay, so I can shut it off. That's a quick disconnect. So if I never need to,
Hold on, real quick, y'all. Just as a, you notice all these are plastic pipes, right? All of these are current things. These are things you can buy from Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. It's not hard to build a house if you have a good team. And Excel, don't you do shit like this? Is Excel Pro in the house? I know Excel Pro in the house. Cause you know how I know Excel Pro in the house? Cause shout out to Excel Pro Services for the $5 cash out for the daycare. So I know you went here Excel because you sent me a cash out. Shout out to you, man. Pay your babysitting fees. So for the guys who do home interior decoration, it takes more time to gut out a house and redo it than it does to build a house from scratch. Just like it'll take your motherfucking asses more time to rebuild a community than just try with me and go in the middle of nowhere and just build a whole town in fucking 2 summers. You can't rebuild this shit. It take forever. It took me a month to gut out a house. It take 4 days to build a house. Duh. Dog, fuck this shit, nigga. Shout out to Doug with the plastic pipes that he got from Menards or Home Depot or some shit that still got the stickers on it for the warranty. Because Doug ain't playing no games. He might be off grid, but he ain't losing no motherfucking slugs, man. He getting his money, man. Anyway, back to Doug.
Take off all these filters, quick disconnect. If you just put PVC pipe into it and then glued it all up and everything, that'd be a mess. First filter is carbon. That's a carbon filter. Second one is a threaded filter. And the next one is a threaded filter. Then it goes out into a T. I have a little valve right there for...
I want to pause this for a minute. I want to show you the comment section. Because this is how awesome men are. This is how awesome men are. This is the top comments, the first comment I saw, bro. Let me make it bigger because I need you to see how awesome men are and how much this made sense. When I read it, I was like, yo, he right. Did I go over too much? I lose the whole. Hold on. Let me make it a little bit smaller. I want y'all to read it though. All right, here we go. Hi, Doug. New subscriber here. I used to design water systems for. Wait. I'm gonna make him masculine. Hold on.
Hi, Doug. I'm a new subscriber. I used to design water systems for homes, and I see a small problem with your filters. Your first filter should be the sediment threaded filters, and your carbon filter should be the very last filter so that your water passes through. You don't want to contaminate your carbon filter with dirt and debris. Hold on, it's most of it. That's why the sediment filter should be located first. God bless.
So here's the thing, bro. This is how awesome men are. Because men are awesome. Men are so awesome that Doug came through to show you how he was doing his thing. And a gentleman from nowhere, don't even know that man, new subscriber here, long time listener, first time caller. Doug, you got it backwards, bro. Turn your shit around. And you know what Doug's gonna do? Turn the shit around. You know why? Because when a person sees you trying to do something and they want to help you, when you really built from that cloth, you accept the help. One of the problems with y'all sons of single mothers, now y'all ain't sons of single mothers, but a lot of y'all coloreds. The problem is women can't be wrong about shit. They don't know shit. They just do shit, but they can't be wrong. The whole world needs to change so she could be right. And I noticed that y'all niggas that's raised by single mothers act the exact same way. Y'all hate to see a nigga right. I actually know people, a couple of them off the top of my head. That's my family. Like, man, I be wishing you was wrong, nigga. I wish you was wrong, nigga. You always be right. You're gonna be wrong one day. I'm like, why are you praying for my downfall, nigga? Pray and pray. But they be doing that shit just so they can be the only good man. They don't want to be awesome with other awesome people. They want to be the only good man because they don't feel awesome. And if you don't feel awesome, it's probably because you ain't awesome, goofy motherfucker. But in either case or whatever case, steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron. You could be wrong. You could be right about 95% of things. Be wrong about 5% of things. And you know what? It don't make you no less right about the other shit. You just be like, all right, my bad. And keep it moving. And who else you shit, nigga? I don't think this is a word, sir. He said this nigga lynches. I don't think that I've never heard that a day in my life. And I'm not gonna use it because I'm not gonna remember, but that's hilarious. All right. So this is why I wanted to show you guys Doug's water system. Because I'm gonna show y'all something I don't normally show people, right? So, like I said, I mean, I set up the whole infrastructure. So one of the things that we were looking at was water purifiers. How can I look at this? That ain't how I do it. Slideshow. So that ain't the purifier. That is a purifier. So when we look for water purifiers, water treatment systems, I don't remember looking at this though. This is not the purifier I was looking at. That's a great price though, $500. But I think that's pieces. I was looking at something else. Maybe I saved the wrong link. Anyway, purifiers, septic tanks, uh, things like that. These are things that y'all can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Purifiers, septic tanks, generators, background. You know, it's a lot of different things that I look into. Because I have to say to myself, how do we set up shop in the middle of nowhere? This ain't Tulsa, nigga. I'm not trying to have a community within a community around nobody. I'm trying to be in the middle of nowhere. Landmines in the dirt. Drones in the air on security. Because it ain't yours if you can't protect it. Y'all could build it all day, but if you can't protect it, you just building stuff with a bigger bullet. But, yo, and then the comedy ain't even in here today. I told him next time I wore a red shirt, I was gonna wear this. This is my alchemist hat. Because the alchemist hat and the Santa Claus has the same hat, it's just different colors. But yo, this shit is super hot, bro. Because wearing the Santa Claus hat in the summertime is hot as shit, bro. And you ain't even here to appreciate it. But shout out to Money Making Mitch. I tried, bro. I tried to wear that. Anyway, so I'm sweating. Hot ass hat. Anyway. Let's go back to this player hand. I will show you guys this though. I wasn't going to, but I will show you guys this. And I'm only showing you this because I'm jealous of Doug house, yo. Doug got a cool ass, comfortable house, B. Look at this crib, bro. Log cabin joint. But that's because that's Doug's swag. Doug got a log cabin swag. Me personally, and because it's my idea and it's our shit, I got a Darth Vader mask swag. So this is going to be our official homes where we at in the middle of nowhere. But it don't take long. You can set them up quick. They spacious. They nice. I like them. Always want one. So when you set up your community uniformly, you already have your system, your structure, your infrastructure, the way that you're gonna make money. Because you gotta understand, even if you farm, you're not a farmer, right? Let me repeat that. First of all, farming is a female thing, right? It's supposed to be, because you're supposed to be able to nurture the crops like you nurture the kids. Y'all just been with black women for a long time, so y'all don't know what nurturing look like. A lot of y'all niggas want to get a girl because y'all looking for that hug you never got from your mom. But girls are open their legs for they open their arms, so you still looking for it. But totally such y'all fancy ass Chicago niggas. Hey, anyway, so but that's normally a woman's work to guard and things of that nature. So you'll still eat, but it's your job. It's your job to set up the plots. It's your job to set up the irrigation system. It's your job to set up everything to make it easier for her, right? So you don't have to worry about that because that's a secretary duty, right? Secretary duty. Even in the Mexican neighborhoods, it's the women that chop the heads off the chickens. It's the guys who got the chickens in the backyard, but it's the girls that chop the heads off, right? Anyway, I digress. So what I wanted to show y'all was that there's a food shortage coming up, that you don't know how to feed yourself, but Doug know how to feed himself. Doug off grid. Doug says something. I'm gonna let it play. Doug says something to the extent of they don't have the internet, they just got a phone and they plug their phone up once a day. Doug be saying some gangster shit. Like they plug their phone up once a day and that's how they upload their videos, and then they turn the phone off, and I guess they do whoopee. But I don't see no kids, so Stacy must be sterile or something, yo. Shout out to Stacy. They got a video with Stacy, yo. I damn near want to watch it just to see how Stacy get out. Yo, hey, hold on, yo. Check this out, y'all. So Stacy teaching you how to prepare food on a shortish budget. So if it's, you know, how to live broke, right? But y'all don't need to know that. Yo, this cat is over here. Doug is over here making moonshine, bro. Talking about we make the world's oldest fermented beverage. These niggas over here making moonshine, yo. These cats is in the cut doing all type of shit, yo. Like Doug is dope. Doug is dope, man. Hold on. I'm gonna do this because I said I was gonna do this. Hold on. I meant to do this already. Hold on. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody got a comment, man. I'm gonna let this see what Doug was talking about. If y'all want to come in though, man, feel free to come in. I'm trying to get to the point where Doug was talking his talk, because you know Doug got that Amish swag, even though he ain't Amish. He a culture vulture too, because he not Amish. He a dude from St. Louis, but he got that Amish swag. Check it out.
It just came out of the city, and it's probably like our second year here. We started this project, and we dug it, and all by hand, shovels, the bucket, just like you guys see in the movies. And then Noah got busy because obviously, you know, we're coming out of winter, spring came. With spring came, you know, busyness. We have to get our stuff in the ground. Then he had to cut hay. And so the project just kind of got put on hold after we got going for a little bit. And lo and behold, the thing started filling up with water. I tried to cover it, pumped it out, pumped the water out. Then I got it kind of dry, and I was like, okay, I think we got it. Then it flooded again because we got more rain. And then by this time, I'm kind of seeing like pieces of the foundation, the footing foundation of the log cabin. So I went into spaz mode, rented a Bobcat, filled the hole back in. And then that's when we started looking at rainwater catchment a little differently, right? Started doing some homework, learned about gravity fed systems, learned about, you know, the washing the first flush off the roof, you know, just all the stuff that you have to learn. Did crash courses, did as much studying as I could. Once I had a grasp on it, that's when I started putting together our system. It's 3,000 gallons above ground, and we get 0 and below, and it never freezes. And we've had problems with it freezing just a couple times. I got those problems all situated. So everything out here, and your journey as well, is going to be trial and error. You're going to try stuff, something's going to come up. That doesn't mean you have to.
I want to say this real quick. I want to say this about two things. I want to say this about us, and I want to say this about Doug and his community, right? Two things. Number one, what my background? All right, there we go. Hey, Rep and Mag, you right about the mason jars. You know, Grandma was pickling fucking shit for years, and you go in the basement, whole basement mason jars. That's when Grandma wasn't a boomer. That's the generation before the boomers. Boomers don't know what to do shit except smoke dope and go to rehab. Anyway, Blaze said establishing a homestead definitely requires less paperwork and procedures than obtaining a free home through the process of adverse possession. Okay, here's the thing with that. That may all very well be true and good, but that's not what we on here. We tribing up. So, but I already got the infrastructure set up. What we're doing is we're making tiny towns, um, self-funded with federal funds as well, because we are Americans. So, as an American, we have the inalienable right and responsibility to procure the services. Um, Here's what colors don't have, and this is very important to me because I'm tired of talking to niggas because I don't like y'all like that. For real, for real. You guys don't have a farm system that works outside of minstrel arts, right? If you got a 3-year-old that can shoot that can shoot on a 6-foot ram, y'all cultivate him. Y'all want him to be the new Steph Curry. Y'all real good with minstrel shit. Y'all got farm systems for minstrel shit. When it comes to your 11-year-old child creates a new water filtration system or a new computer app, the Jews got to come get him. Now you got some black woman on the root or some shit praising the Jews for getting that smart 11-year-old boy. But you don't have a farm system to keep your own 11-year-old boy. The reason y'all communities is fucked up is because everybody who gets $2 in their pocket or gets to learn how to read past the 6th grade level wants to move out the hood. They tell it. They shut it. I'm leaving the hood. If you had a real community, if you really had a system, a farm system that trains what you need, nobody would want to leave. That's how you had the village. You had the village because before these goddamn boomers ever learned what LSD and PCP was, grandma, mama lived next door to each other. Auntie, cousins lived on the next block. You could literally walk home from school. Like when I show these videos of kids running away from home. I'm running away from home. I'm going to grandma's house. Grandma lived up the block. That was the village because the village was family. It was people that grew up with your grandma and your grandmother's friends when grandma was still your mama, right? Well, your mama's mom. When grandma was still a mother, her friends' children were your friends because she would introduce you to her friends' children, right? And your cousins and things of that nature. Then you'll grow up, or they'll grow up, and then they'll become your mama. So now they got their childhood friends and their kids, and they introduce you. So you have 3 generations of people who all know each other, and that's what a village is. And I told y'all this during the pandemic, for those who were my friends during the pandemic. In 2020, when they shut down the city and started rioting over a fucking felon, me and the guys on the block made a pact. Said, man, because we cool neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Invite each other to each other backyards for cookouts. You know what I'm saying? Just cool dudes. We don't want no problems, bro. We don't want no problems. Especially living right where you at. You sure don't want beef with niggas that live on your block. Just, bro, you hungry? Bro, you want to sip, man? We got some tequila. Ah, nigga, I just drink Hennessy. You want some Hennessy? Nah, I'm straight. I bring the tequila. You drink the Heno. You know, you drink that nigger drink, and I'll drink this Mexican drink, this fucking bean eater drink, and we'll talk about bullshit. And I don't even really got nothing in common with them, but we still social. So when the pandemic hit, I said, man, look, y'all got y'all heat, yeah, I bet. So if anybody come on this block on some bullshit, on some breaking their houses, dog, we gonna lay this whole block down, bro. Protect my crib, I protect yours. Bet. We went the block behind us and in front of us, made the same pack with all the guys. Like, bro, we all gotta live here when this shit over, bro. Don't let these motherfuckers, because we weren't worried about each other. We was worried about Antifa, and we was worried about them niggas that come from other blocks who think it's sweet because our blocks be quiet because we ain't on the bullshit. So we made that pact and we survived the pandemic. We ain't had no beef. Ain't shit happened. Niggas still grilled in the backyard. It was still love. You know who was trying to tear that shit apart? 2 of the niggas' wives. Why you fuck with them niggas? Them niggas say ass niggas. I don't like them niggas, and I don't like your cousins. Your mama can't come over here either. Like, These fucking Keishas are horrible human beings, bro. And these mother happy wife, I love her though. Man, I'm like, you can't tell a nigga like, yo, your wife ain't shit, B. But you in my head, I'm thinking like, yo, nigga, this bitch. Like we talking survival shit, and this bitch is talking about I don't like them and they play music too loud and why you Keisha's killed the community. When I keep telling y'all we got a tribe as men and leave these fucking Keishas behind until we're situated so we can train them as they come in on the ways of the world, put them through the secretary programs, train our toddlers. That's why I keep telling y'all, train y'all toddlers if y'all want to tribe with me. Y'all got to take tolerology. As a matter of fact, that sounds like a good time for a break. I'll be right back. Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story. Hey guys, I just thought about it. I didn't put the Toddlerology link in the description, but I did now, baby. And they won't let me do it. Cocksuckers. I'll do it when we're done. So that's why I say y'all got to be able to train y'all toddlers so you can try. Because if you don't, these bitches you bring with you going to destroy everything you're trying to build. You can stay where the fuck you at for that. Anyway. So anyway, my point being is if you guys don't have a farm system. So we're doing different what Doug did. So the first thing I want to show y'all is they did the homesteader thing. We're doing a tribal thing because you need a farm system, which is how we ended up. I ended up as a necessity learning how to set up a boarding school, right? As a necessity, because I'm like, yo, we need to train them young in the ways they should go before they all end up gay because they watch the transgender story hour in 3rd grade and they get to learn how to be gay before they learn what vagina is in health class when they at sophomore in high school. How the fuck you gonna teach a nigga how to suck dick at 7 years old, but they can't learn about pussy till they 15? That's crazy. Anyway. He said, as Leroy says, sexy Leroy says, leave the bitch alone. All right. But so the second thing is I want y'all to notice. I'm gonna show y'all the photos. Let's go back to Doug photos, because Doug is my dude of the day, man. Like I said, man, the link in the description. If y'all want to come in, y'all can before I dip out. But I want y'all to notice that towns like this don't have police officers, sir. You know why they don't? I'm just showing you the photos, yo. They may have county sheriffs, but they don't have police officers. And the reason that they don't, and the reason that everybody looks so happy, is because 90% of the things that y'all blame on white supremacy is tolerant. Most of your taxes, 70% of your tax money pays for social services. 70% of women's jobs depend on tax dollars. I feel naked without a hat. Come on, hat back. I got not hat. I ain't put a hat on. I need a hat. I put on this hat. Feel naked without a hat. Put on a hat. So, if 70% of your taxable income pays for social services, and 70% of social services pay for women, right? So this is how that works. Section 8, social service money, tax money, your tax money. But you know what else is your tax money? CNAs, home daycares, catering services run by women, schools, teachers tax money, right? So you live in these high crime, high tax places so you can take care of a bitch secondhand. So she can say because she didn't get the money out your hand directly that she don't need no man. But if men didn't pay taxes, these bitches would be looking for a man. What's going on, Face Facts? Holla at your boy.
What's good, folks?
Man, shit's a little more broke style in the gang banging.
Listen, man, I feel you on that. When I saw this, I had to step in real quick and piss off the pro black. Like you're 100% right when you said that white supremacy thing is mostly Keisha's, because what we got to realize is that white supremacy thing is a peace treaty between these horrible creatures and the white man. They basically set up a system where they could undermine us, because once upon a time our ancestors were running the world. But if we want to talk about how we got out of that position, it's because of but you call them toddlers, so a lot of that toddler treachery was the reason for that. So now what you have is an economic system where they can basically come in, extract our resources, never have to worry about us, even attempting to assume power, because that's the way everybody likes it. We keep the black men on the bottom, and at least the black woman, she gets to be second worst.
That's some bullshit. You right, bro. My lighter. I need another lighter. I got another. I'm gonna be an addict and I don't have my tools of addiction. Hey, here go my chain. Why the fuck is my chain in my pocket? Anyway, where's my lighter? All right, here's how that works, bro. What you said is right. But black women just want to be second worst. You're absolutely right. But nobody else wants them. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with black women being second worst. But then to be second worst, that means somebody has to be worse off than them, right?
Right.
But they the worst.
Absolutely. And we know that, and everybody can see it. But what happens is we live in this, this real life Truman Show where everybody pretends like they're not the worst.
Okay, that's true. But here's how they're the worst. On all metrics, except economics, Asian men and black women are at the bottom of the pile. Economically, Asian men are cool. But on every other stratus, Asian men, black women at the bottom, right?
Right.
When it comes to circles of influence, right? Every once in a while, you'll get a Jackie Chan or Jet Li, and we'll celebrate them. We'll celebrate the Bruce Lees and shit. But they're few and far between. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
When it comes to who drives commerce, you know what? This should be its own podcast. I'm about to tell y'all something because I just had an argument with the alchemist about that shit this morning. When it comes to who drives commerce, it's white men, then black men, then honestly Latino men, at least in America, right? When you go overseas, it's whatever that man, the nationality of that man, then white men, then black men, right? So no matter how commerce is driven, we're either the second or third most desired form of commerce on earth, right? The ability for me, and this is why I stay toxic. That's why I stay gangbanging, because it's acceptable. The only time it's acceptable to be a toxic man is when you're a heterosexual Tony man, right? It's the only time it's acceptable. It's not acceptable for white guys to go toxic because then they'll be called a Nazi, right? So they live vicariously through Snoop Dogg, right? Here's the thing. And when they are toxic, they call it being American, right? Anyway, this is how that works. I can sell a product as a heterosexual black man. A white man can also sell a product, right? You can't name 5 women, period, that could sell a product, and you show the fuck can't name 2 black women. I'll give you Oprah. You still got to come up with another one. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. And Oprah really don't even sell nothing. She's just mass marketed. And if you really peep what Oprah was doing, Oprah's like the welfare office. She just gives out free shit, so that's why black women like her.
So white women like it too. But women love free shit. But what I'm saying is when it comes to consumer confidence, right? You don't see a woman on a TV, you don't see a woman on a commercial selling cars or selling shit for that matter, selling infomercial shit, right? I didn't know about the chick that owned QVC until Shark Tank, but I knew who Billy Blanks was. I knew who Billy Mays was.
Right. I'd be interested to know the chick that owns QVC if she didn't get that from either a divorced husband or her father.
Come on, man, you already know. Anyway, it's one or the other because it's not something that. Anyway, when it comes to customer satisfaction, even lawyers, only black men think that you should get a female lawyer to go to child support court.
Well, don't get me started on that. You don't even need a lawyer for child support court, but that's a different podcast.
Different podcast. So what I'm saying is men can sell the product, especially if they believe in the product. The reason that what I do with it. There you go. The reason that I sell this deodorant, we started off with this deodorant. This is how the whole company started. Somebody brought me some deodorant in a peanut butter jar. I still got the jar. I'm gonna put it in the museum one day if I really make it. It's old now, I can't use it. But they put it in the peanut butter jar. I had to scoop it out the jar with my 2 fingers and put it under my armpits. And it was the best deodorant I ever used. And I spent all the money I had buying bottles, labels, barcodes, trademarking shit, doing the USDA, the FDA, all that, because I believed in the product that much that I wanted to make it a business. Because I'm like, yo, this is the best deodorant I ever used, yo. And because I believe in it, I can sell it, right? You look at Jordan. Michael Jordan hasn't bounced the ball in 30 years, not on a big stage. 20 years. 20 years. But you've never seen Michael Jordan not wearing Jordan apparel, unless he wearing them big ass cowboy boots and them GD jeans. But shout out to the GD jeans. Because Mike stays on code. You ain't never seen Mike in a pair of felines ever. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Mike also has discipline, but Mike grew up under his father, just like Kobe. And if you notice, there's a certain, crying basketball player who's damn near 7 feet, damn near 300 pounds, and is always crying because it's a political scheme.
Globalists too. Feminist, globalist. Anyway, which is what women are. Men are tribal. Nah, MJ ain't folks. He just wear GD jeans. That's what the Blackstones call them because he be wearing the big ass the jeans with the wide bottom jeans. He like they be saying they GD jeans, but I just think that the Stones be wearing tight ass leggings. They wear jeggings. They can be hating on jeans. anyway, so, but my point is, when it comes to the problem with blacks, and I said this earlier in this podcast, is they don't seize the things that they run. So Jews run music, even though rap is the number one form of commerce in music right now, right? So they don't own it, but we're talking about just driving commerce. It's white men, then black men, then Mexicans, right? Because it ain't been a day go past. I don't talk about tacos. So shout out to the Mexicans. I want to show y'all something because this is the argument that I had with my man earlier today on my calculator. Pull up back up the calculator. See if I can make it bigger. God damn, that's big, but that's okay. So I want y'all to understand that this calculator is bigger than a mofo. I need it smaller. All right, I'm gonna do a simple math joint with y'all, and this is why tribing up works. So I need y'all to put on y'all big boy jeans, and I need y'all to understand the simple math I'm about to do, and just trust me on this. Okay? They say that the black dollar only stays in the black community for 6 hours, while the Jewish dollar stays for 20 hours, the Mexican dollar stays for 12, the white dollar stays for 8, blah, blah, blah. So let's say that the average time that the dollar stays in every community except the black community is 10 days. Okay? So if everybody else's dollar lasts for 10 days and the black dollar only lasts in the community for 6 hours, then that means that it's 24 hours in a day. I could just skip all this. It's simple math, but I'm gonna just give y'all, I want y'all to see how I get to where I get to. 24 hours in a day, and you only keep it for 6 hours. So that means that it would take 4 cycles of your black dollar to equal 1 day. But theirs lasts for 10 days, right? So times that by 10. So it would take 40 cycles of your dollar to match the average American dollar. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. You want me to tell you why that happened? Because I
I
spent a
know,
lot of I spent a lot of years working in the financial sector.
I know why it happens. But I mean, you can say it, but I want you to say it. But let me just finish this real quick. So that means that if your dollar stayed just the natural time span of a dollar, you will be 40 times richer. So instead of being the poorest, you will be the third richest group in America by simply no change in lifestyle, just by holding your money for the regulated 10 days. But go ahead. All right, face facts. Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Right. Because what happens is the biggest issue with black people is that, especially black men, we're raised by women. So a lot of black men problem solve like women. And what I mean by that is black people spend income. Other groups spend residual income.
That's part of it, but that's a byproduct of not being able to hold it for 10 days. Right.
Right. But you have to hold it in order to allow it to grow. And what happens is black people we're basically taught immediate gratification. So we don't
Women,
have the discipline.
that's women. That's women. Men,
Right. But
men are normally conservative, but that's not it. That's not even a problem. That's
right,
not the immediate.
men are conservative, but males aren't, and we got to keep it a buck. We got a lot of males in our community. Doesn't matter if they're 15 or if they're 50.
That still doesn't. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The immediate problem, because everybody has instant gratification. People, the immediate problem is the reason it only lasts 6 hours is because you don't own any of the commerce in your own community. So the Arabs take it out every time the liquor store and the gas station close. The gas stations don't close, but you know what I mean.
Right.
So you're already spending your money in your community, but the money is still leaving your community because you don't own your commerce. So it's hard to have residuals when you don't own your commerce, because it's the ripple effect. When I tribe up, and I tell the car wash story all the time, so I'm not gonna tell it today. I say it in a lot, but when I tribe, I take care of mine, right? So when y'all, here's the thing, even with the tolerology course, if y'all got a black pill or a red pill podcast and y'all want them to have sponsorship, tell them to holler at me, man, and we'll give them a sponsorship opportunity. Just that easy, just that simple. I'm not tripping. Everybody eats, man. Feed the pack. But I do that because that's who I am, right? Now, with that being said, I learned that from somebody. I learned that from other men who gave me an opportunity, right? Because we already established when Keisha worked in human resources, she ain't give me an opportunity. So whoever gave me an opportunity had to be a man. And I ain't necessarily even saying a black man. Black men, gay men, white men, racist men won't go to lunch with me. But if you qualified here, I'll let you feed your family. So you already in a community run by bitches that hate you, that don't want to see you feed yourself and your family. And if by any chance you are able to feed yourself, you better not love her, or she gonna take your kid and fuck up your income, because they hate you, because they need you to be worse than them, because they want to be second worst, but they the worst. And you love them because you stupid. Now, the problem that problem that I'm having with the way that you guys think, and I'm gonna pull up Diligent Son's comment. I have a problem with it, but it's not a major problem. But I'll tell you why. He says, "He who understands interest earns it. They who do not understand interest pay it. Bad contracts in the hood lead to money going out as interest to the others." That is true, but here's the thing: 70% of America are functional illiterates. Most people don't know shit.
I'd argue 85, but I'm not gonna.
What happens is everybody else likes their smart kid, while black people call their smart kids coons, nerds, sellouts, talking white, acting white. You hate the most functional people, and then you love the minstrels. While everybody else, because politics is the business of business. America's a corporatocracy. Y'all don't elect people who run businesses to go and create policy for you politically. Y'all be getting activists, entertainers. Like, who the fuck told Puffy and LeBron that I give a fuck about who they voting for? The way that you guys interpret popularity as success is an issue. So in every other group, every other tribe, because I don't give a fuck what the colors do, every other tribe, they take care of their own. So when me as tribal warlord, I don't want to learn Forex, but I know two dudes that's cold at Forex, and all they want to do is become a Forex broker. That's all they want to do. They told me how much it costs for their brokerage license, and then they'll get a better deal so they don't have to pay the payout. You know how when you cash out, you got to pay to cash out. They won't have to pay as much. It's drop their cash out, pay to like 3%. You know what I'm saying? And that gives you more money to do your thing. So I know guys that do that. I know guys who do index funds, like just regular. They just good at it. I know guys who what I need to find is a dude that can make a crypto wallet, because everybody want to do crypto, but y'all play crypto like it's lottery. But crypto is an opportunity for you to have your own currency, to make sure that your money doesn't leave the community in 6 hours, to make sure that your girl can't buy Prada because all she got is credits that only work like Disney bucks. Like you can only spend Disney bucks in Disney. You can only spend Chuck E. Cheese tokens in Chuck E. Cheese. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You never have to worry about a Chuck E. Cheese token leaving the community in 6 hours, because you got to it's either no good and they got your money anyway, or you got to come back to Chuck E. Cheese, B.
Right. You got to stop the toddlers from selling their food stamps.
You have to protect the toddler from themselves. You got to toddler-proof your home. That's what you do with your kids. Put the little plugs in the electrical socket so they don't electrocute themselves. You got to do that for your grown-ass toddlers too.
Right. I used to put the when I was still dumb enough to live with my baby mother, I used to put the router, the Wi-Fi on a timer. That shit was shut off at like 10 o'clock every night. And she'd be like, "Why the internet working?" I don't know. You got to call a cable provider. I don't know what's going on.
But you got to protect your toddler from themselves, right? You got to use the parental settings that nobody uses, so your kid, your 6-year-old, don't look at porn. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect your toddlers from themselves. The course of doing that, you'll gain wealth without any change in income or lifestyle. That's a 2,500%. That's a 2,500% increase in wealth with no change in income or lifestyle, by just stopping motherfuckers, by owning your own shit, right? You will never be able to own your own shit in New York, Detroit, LA. You might be able to own a store, but you won't own your community. So I don't know why y'all trying to rebuild shit that you can't run. Because if you build it too much, what Tyler's gonna do? Kick over your sandcastle, right? Every dude.
Yeah, if you open a black-owned store in a black neighborhood, don't put black-owned in the window and hire an Arab to work behind the counter.
I ain't doing none of that shit. And the fact that you think you got to do that shit is why you do not fuck with these niggas. Fuck them coloreds. Tribe up. Because let me tell you something. Everybody loves you except the people that look like you. And the people that look like you don't love you because they listen to a bitch. But they love a bitch that don't love herself. And then they hate you. And you are the manifestation of love. How crazy is that? You can't show me a black bitch that love herself.
No, they don't. That's why they live in the weave store. That's why the real reason they hate us is because we don't hate ourselves. Like they hate themselves. If we hated ourselves as much as they hate themselves, then they wouldn't feel away.
But they make you hate others, or they make you not even necessarily hate, but not trust your brothers, because that's bad culture. Bad culture gets bad results. Make sense? When they did the farmstead, it's a good culture. The culture is built on men built some shit, and they had a girl, and their girl is along for the ride. Shout out to Stacy. Stacy along for this ride that Doug on. Right? Doug was like, "Fuck corporate America, you coming, Stacy?" Stacy was like, "Fuck yeah," and they was out. Right? And because Doug runs, Stacy's a great secretary, but because Doug does his thing, and because there's a bunch of Doug in that community, they have a community. That's why they don't need police, because everybody earned it. Once you earn it, there is no instant gratification. You are gratified, but you earned it, right? When you had Keisha don't have shit, but Keisha wants shit, but she wants you to get shit, and you have to have it immediately. Immediately. Since the 1980s. In the 1980s, Keisha would have sat on the bench while you was at football practice in 1980s. Right? Maybe all the way to the mid 1990s. Keisha would have sat on the bench and did her homework while you was at football practice. Now, Keisha won't fuck with you unless you in the league. And you ain't fucking with Keisha. You know why? Because at least Karen and Becky had enough sense to catch you in college. Well, let me help you with your homework. Let me tutor you so you can make it to the league. Because you can't make it if you're academically ineligible. They're going to kick you out of school. So let me help you with your homework in college and get this trauma bond or pair bond or whatever the fuck bond I need for you to marry me when you go to the league. Like your boy what's the quarterback at for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Patrick Mahomes.
Like Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes' girlfriend was in the front yard running plays with him so he can learn a playbook. That's secretary shit, my nigga. And she got that ring, and everybody like, he married a white girl. You wasn't there when he was shooting in the gym. White girl was there when he was shooting in the gym.
Absolutely. We also got to talk about how black women are taught how to fail by their mothers. And then once they realize that their mother sabotaged them, instead of course correcting, they try to sabotage everybody else around them.
Misery loves company. But that's men's fault because men don't train their toddlers. You gotta understand that everything's men's fault. Even if it's not, everything's men's fault. Right? You've never heard a girl take the blame for shit, have you?
No, they never will. They could burn the house down, have the matches in their hand, and be like, "Nah, it wasn't me."
So if it's men's fault, it's men's fix, right? It is what it is. If her child goes to the league, even though she never went to the gym with this little nigga, if her son goes to the league, she was a great mother. If her son go to prison, it's because his daddy wasn't there. Nothing's ever her fault. So everything's men's fault and everything's men's fix. So anything a girl says with clothes on doesn't matter. It just don't fucking matter. Because the only thing you're good for, you naked. Because you don't have to face the consequences of anything. So if only men suffer consequences, only men should make decisions.
Absolutely.
So then you have to create the atmosphere and the energy where only men make decisions. That's what Doug did with his homestead. And this is what I'm proposing, but it's not a homestead, what I'm proposing. I'm proposing it's a whole new ethnicity. It's like the black version of what the Jews did. And operate as such. So people know what you get. Because you got to rebrand. You can't be black and do it. You got to rebrand. You can still look black. Because Jews are white people. They're just regular ass trailer park people that were smart. Like, yo, I'm tired of living in a trailer. We're going to take all our best and brightest and we're going to move around. That's it. Anybody could do it. Black men are afraid to leave their women. And I don't understand why. Because 30% of y'all motherfuckers incels. 55% of y'all ain't never gonna have a family. Y'all ain't got no kids. This whole fucking Keisha experiment has been a total goddamn tragedy. What are y'all holding on to? The idea of a black pussy to think that maybe you'll have a black kid? Nigga, you the
Well,
seed. Wherever you put your seed at is you.
but a lot of that comes from a lot of these dudes. Their woman is their new mother. We always talk about the son husband, but never about the husband son. A lot of these dudes that are with some of these chicks, they woman runs them just like their mother.
Take your marry your secretary course. You ain't saying nothing wrong. Take the marry your secretary course. That's why I'm telling y'all. I'm showing y'all samples today that, man, I've been working on this for a while, that I got this shit figured out. I'm gonna be a tribal warlord with or without. But I only introduce people who take the course because I gotta understand that you won't kill me over a bitch. Every single time black men try to do something, and when I say black, I mean the color, because I don't mean the culture or the nationality, because black is not a nationality. Black is shit. Most of the people that y'all call black, y'all black heroes, is really Jamaicans, which is weird to me. But Marcus Garvey let on any dude that was black. It was a guy that the Fed snatched and said, man, we're going to fuck over your mother if you don't put holes in Marcus' boats. And that's why his 2 boats sank when he was trying to do commerce with Africa. It was an inside job, and the man got blamed that put the holes in the boat, but the mama didn't get blamed for telling her son to do it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, just like the mother that called the son up to the McDonald's. Nothing
Exactly.
new under the sun.
Nothing happened to her. Just like the dude that got Fred Hampton killed. The police wanted to kill Fred Hampton anyway. But he the one that put the sleeping pills in Fred Hampton drink. He the one that told the police all this and that, and all because they was trying to fuck with his baby mama or his girl. Somebody. It was a bitch involved. And he sold out Fred Hampton over a bitch. And then came back 2 years later like, I'm sorry, man. I didn't think it was going to be like that. Permanent decision based on temporary emotion, just like a woman.
The mother raised male.
So that's why the Mario said. That's why I stress the tolerology so hard. Because I'm not going to get killed by a nigga over a bitch because y'all scared of a girl. Anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to Doug and a shout out to Tola for sending me that. Yo, pay your daycare fees. Y'all some bums, man. I be giving y'all life, and y'all don't never give me shit. I hate y'all. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all won't give me to 1,000 subs or nothing. Y'all don't share my shit. Somebody said something. Who the fuck said that shit? Blexit. I don't think Blexit on here though. But Blexit gave me a shout out on somebody's show yesterday. So shout out to that. But the rest of y'all ain't shit. Y'all don't send me no monies. Y'all don't pay y'all daycare fees. Y'all don't send me no subs. Y'all don't share my videos. Y'all don't want to see me be a tribal warlord. Y'all some punks. Get on this shit, man. Share my shit, man. I need to get 1,000 subs. 1,000 goddamn subs. Anyway, I'm out, man. Love each other as you love yourself. Wait a minute. Send me a 1 minute clip of this shit. Any 1 minute that impacted you. So we put your name in the hat. Well, really, it's an envelope. We put your name in the raffle, and you can win some cool shit like a Tyler T or some products or something. We have to give away, whatever the fuck. If you win, send me a 1 minute clip that impacted you the most. And on that note, get me to 1,000, niggas. Love each other as you love yourself. Feed the pack, man.
Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. player, or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause I swear she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Why are you moving out? Why did Daddy say so?
Because we were talking about every night, I wanted some boyfriend, so I'm moving out.
Because Daddy told you can't have a boyfriend in his house? So you're moving out?
Yes.
Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story.